A moment of quiet preparation for a day almost 6 years in the making. An anxious Yuendumu community gathers for the Northern Territory coroner to make the trip to their home where 19-year-old Walpurila man Kumanjayi Walker was shot dead by NT Police Constable Zachary Rolfe in 2019.
Kumanjayi's death in Yuendumu on 9 November 2019 was avoidable.
More than 600 pages of findings and recommendations followed an almost 3-year investigation. It took an hour for the coroner to summarise her findings.
I found that racist language and actions were not confined to Mr. Rolfe, and this was not a case of one bad apple. Instead, the evidence suggested that racist behaviour or language, although not uniform, was normalised within the Alice Springs police station.
Racial slurs in text messages and mock awards handed out by the elite tactical team, a grotesque example of the systemic and structural racism she found in the force. But Zachary Rolfe, who's already been cleared of any criminal wrongdoing, was singled out in other ways. The coroner found his contempt for some senior officers and desire for high adrenaline policing had the potential to increase the likelihood of a fatal encounter with Kumanjayi. A junior officer making flawed decisions which didn't prioritise safety, a stark example of officer-induced jeopardy, she found. Still, the coroner couldn't say definitively if his racist attitudes played a part in the way he approached the ultimately fatal arrest.
That I cannot exclude that possibility is a tragedy for Kumanjayi's family and community, who will always believe that racism played an integral part in his death. And it is a taint that may stain the NT Police.
The coroner's 32 recommendations are broad across police and other government agencies. So far, none have yet committed to enacting any of them, but in a statement, the Northern Territory Police Force says it's determined not to let what's been learned get lost, saying it's about to release an anti-racism strategy and has already made changes to its training and recruitment processes. The police commissioner, who grew up in Yuendumu himself, was in the community for the findings. Elder Ned Jumpinjimpa Hargraves says the top cop promised to meet with him but didn't.
Thank you, Mr. Dole, and we will probably catch up whenever.
Tonight, the coroner returns to Darwin. The many people impacted by her findings begin taking them in.
We're all feeling really exhausted and quite overwhelmed, and there is so much that we need to go through.
Tomorrow, they wait to see if this report will lead to change. Melissa McKay, ABC News, Yuendumu.